Okay, hi, welcome. So I see that we have more students joining. So I guess we can wait for an additional 1 or 2 minutes for other students to join. Okay. How is everyone? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, thanks so much, of course. So I guess we can, briefly begin, oh, Indira is also here. So let me first do a quick introduction. So my name is Ken Zhang. So I'm an assistant professor at Company Pomona, and my department is technology and operation management. So welcome everyone joining the AI Hackathon. Hi, Indira, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay.
Welcome to this session. If you're here, that means you registered for the hackathon. So we're very happy that you made that decision. Welcome. This is the first session. We welcome questions and please feel free to send us comments as well. And also, we will be recording this session. Thanks.
Excuse me, is this a in-person session?
No, this is recorded, right? This is online. I
I see.
mean,
So the first session is not in person.
no, everything for the hackathon is online except the kickoff event on March 20th.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. And but of course, I mean, if some of the students or some of you prefer to meet in person, feel free to let me know. I can always schedule some time, to go over some of the steps or to do a Q&A session, in person. Okay. Yeah, just feel free to send me an email. I think I'm going to post my contact information on the Canvas. So basically, Canvas will be our main communication tool. So always keep track of the announcements. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Dr. Zhang, you want to start the recording or not? Or not yet?
I think currently we are already being recorded. Yeah, I think we are currently already being recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
and also by the way, later for all the recordings for the the technical training sessions. So in the future you are going to see all the recordings under the cultural media. So I'm going to post all the recordings here. Okay. So this is our AI Hackathon, Canvas page. So in the Canvas, you go to the left hand side, you go to the cultural media. This is where all the recordings will be. Okay. Okay. So it's about time. So let's get started. Welcome everyone. So I'm really happy to show all the technical details to how to create or improve this kind of app creation process. So basically, in the technical training, what we try to show you is how to use the vibe coding technology, how to use the generative AI to actually create something or create some product, such as a website or an application that you can directly use on your iPhone. Okay, this is our main goal. Eventually, you are going to convert your idea into an actual product that or a prototype that you can show to the the business stakeholders for solving their business questions. Okay, this is our main goal. So okay, fantastic. So hopefully, this is something you can learn and also you can benefit, you in your future career. And basically, the pattern is similar to the recent course developed by Stanford. So, last semester in Stanford, they have this computer science, department, the modern software developer. For this course, they are not using any of the programming language at all. They are just using the generative AI tools to create or develop the software. So basically, this is the path we're taking. We are not going to do extensively on Python or any programming language. So don't worry if you don't have any programming language or background. It's totally okay. But we are going to go over all the details to help you how to generate or create this kind of app using the generative AI tools. Okay. So the main tools we are going to use are the following. So first of all, we are going to use the code spaces, which is the GitHub code spaces. Okay. For example, you can search for the GitHub code spaces. So this is one of the the open source code spaces or platform that we can run the code and also create the app without installing anything on your local computer. Okay. Another tool we're going to use extensively is the codecs. So for the codecs, I realized that we don't have a web page, authorization. So in this case, please try to download codecs on your local computer. Okay. So for example, this is how the codecs interface may look like. So basically, this is similar to the ChatGPT, but this is more friendly for creating or improving your codes. Okay. So basically, this is something you can also refer to. I'm going to introduce more about codecs and also the prompt engineering later for the next session. Not show whole page. So okay, so Tina, can you explain what is not showing the whole page? Am I sharing the wrong screen?
On my side only is a half page shows your PPT, or half page shows the member of the joining the member, so meeting member. So I am not sure if something wrong on my side or something wrong
Oh,
on your side.
can everyone see the shared screen?
Yes, I guess the half the shows your PPT and half part shows all the members we join the meeting, who join the meeting. So I'm not
Oh,
sure
okay.
what's wrong.
Okay, so you cannot see everyone who is joining the meeting?
Okay. So yes, anyway, you can go on. So
Oh, yeah, of course, of
continue.
course.
So
Yeah,
sorry.
sure.
So
Of course, no worries. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and also feel free to let me know. Feel free to stop me whenever you have any questions. Okay. So for today's session, this is more an introduction session. So that for you, you can learn how you can create account on GitHub, and also how you can create account on the code spaces. And also, we are going to do some demo. Hopefully, we can run the code together so that you can create your first website for the first time. Okay, this is our main purpose. For the materials we're going to use for today, please download this app.py file. This is a Python file, okay? And also this is the student guide I will mostly refer to. This is to help you how to register, how to create your GitHub repo, and also how to open a code space. And also basically this is the first one, the session one. This is today's presentation slides, okay? So please download this one and this one and also this one, okay? These three documents will be needed for today. So, okay, let's get started. So first of all, one of the tool that we are going to extensively use is the GitHub and also the GitHub code space. So in this case, let's do this together. If you have the computer by your hand, let's do this together, okay? So okay, if you never used GitHub before, don't worry. So, I created this, AI Hackathon account. So this is also a new account, so we can register the GitHub together. We can register everything together, okay? So let's, just follow my steps. Okay, so the first thing, we click on GitHub and we try to sign up for the GitHub, okay? We try to sign up for the GitHub. So for example, in this case, I can, insert my new Gmail account, which is the AI Hackathon account. So, this is basically you can set up the password and how your username. It can be anything. For example, for me, I always go by Kenzie. This is Kenzie AI Hackathon, or just Kenzie is fine. And for the region, you always which is the USA, which is fine. So oh, this is already not available, so I'm going to choose something else. Kenzie AI Hackathon. Okay, so for example, you can randomly name your account your username. Okay, so as long as it's not occupied, you can just create some username you want. Okay, and then the next step is, of course, we create the account. So in this case, we finished the first step. Congratulations. Basically, this is how we set up the GitHub account in this case. And of course, you're going to receive the email. Let me log into my new Gmail account. Let's see what is my so this will be my verification code. So let me use this one, and now I can sign in with my GitHub account. Okay, so basically this will be your GitHub account if this is the first time you ever use GitHub. Okay, are we on the same page? Everyone doing this right now? Hopefully. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, okay? And of course, the next step is we just create the so-called repository. Basically, this is like the folder. So by the way, so GitHub is the most, commonly used open source platform, so that all the, almost all the people who are doing programming, who are doing, projects, who are doing open source, software developments are using this website. Okay, so basically, this is a really, professional open source platform that you can quickly, cooperate, coordinate, and also share your code with other people so that you can, develop together. Okay, this is, the one of the best website you should know. And if this is the first time if this is the first time you use it, then of course we create a repository. Basically, this is similar to creating a new folder on your computer. Okay, this is straightforward. So we create a new folder. A new repository. So in this case, I can name my repository Kenzie. Okay, so this name can be random. It can be anything that you want. Okay. We hope the visibility to be public, so don't forget to change to public if this is originally private, so don't forget to change this. And also please add a README file. This is more like the instruction. This is like the note to yourself and to other people to keep track of everything. Okay, this is like the the board so that you can leave the message to other people and also to to yourself. And nothing else needs to be done, and then we just create the repository. So basically, this will be your first repository in this case, okay? The first repository. So are we on the same path? Are you guys doing okay? Yes? No? Okay. So, since the session is recorded, so feel free to take a look back, okay? Then in this case, for example, this is your website. This is something that everyone else, as soon as they search this name, they can see your profile, they can see your repositories, okay? This is basically your workspace. And under which we can see I have a new repository just created. So in this case, this is my repository, okay? This is my repository I just created for now, okay? Then the next step is we can directly go to the the GitHub code spaces. So this is also easy. So you can just search for the GitHub code spaces, and the first option will pop up. This is the GitHub code spaces. Okay, you click on the code spaces, and this will be the interface you're going to see. Okay, then what you're going to do is get started for free, of course, right? Get started for free. Any questions? No? Okay. Sorry. So, and in this case, basically this is the, the interface you are going to see after you create the code spaces, okay? So I'm going to, show you with a demonstration why we need this, because we need this to create an app so that, or a website that other people can see. This is your prototype. This is the thing that you created, okay? So after you log into the code spaces with your GitHub account, basically the thing we're going to do is we create a new code space, okay? This is a new code space. And in the repository, we can select the one. Hopefully, you're going to see the repository you just created, okay? This is my name, Kenzie AI Hackathon, and the repository, the folder within my account is given by Kenzie, okay? This is the repository I just created, okay? I select this one, and so don't worry for now. So you are not going to pay anything for it for now. So it's okay. It's just a notification for in this case until now. Okay. And then the next step, there's nothing we need to change. We can directly click on create the code space. Okay. So we create the code space. As a result, what we can see is the setting up your code space. This will be the interface you're going to see. Okay. This will be the interface you're going to see. Are we on the same page? So who also who got the same interface like mine? Is there anyone who got the same interface as mine? Okay, hopefully we can do this together. Okay, so the next step is just imagine this is a folder. Okay, so I'm going to briefly introduce the interface for the code space. On the left-hand side, the Explorer, this is basically like the folder, or this is basically like the, the directory, okay? This is how we manage, this is like, you open the folder and all the documents are here, okay? So I'm going to, import some documents, here later. For this section, the top middle, for this section, this is where we are going to do all the coding. For example, we copy and paste the Python code. We, run the Python code. We, execute, or we, try to get some results. Basically, this is where we are going to do. We're going to do some of the coding. For the part below, this is, the terminal. So the terminal is the one we're going to extensively use in this case, and also the ports. The ports will basically be the URL for the websites. This is the website you are going to, create in the future. On the right-hand side, this is the AI agent, which is using the, I think it's using the Cloudy, the Cloud. I think it's using the Cloudy as the underlying model. So this is the AI agent that can help us to solve a lot of the errors or the bugs that are happening in the in the code. Okay, this is for example, you can, whenever you have some errors, you can ask the question here, how to solve this error. Basically, this is an AI agent that can help you to build the to solve a lot of the problems. Okay, this is the interface for the code spaces. So the next thing we're going to do is let's do the demonstration really quick. Okay, so I download this app.py file, and now it's in my folder. So let me find it in my local computer. Okay. So yeah, it's here. So for example, in this case, as you can see, I have the app.py file here, right? I have the app.py file here. So as a result, what we are going to do is simply drag this file. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. I think I need a mouse. Okay, so it's easy. We just drag this file all the way to the to the Explorer. Okay, we just import the file into the Explorer into my code space. As a result, as you can see, this is how the file looks like. Okay, this is how the file looks like in this case. So this file, consists of the code for a small prototype of the application. Okay, this is something that I'm going to show later. So basically, in the future, for the AI hackathon, given a specific business problem, given a specific request, basically you are going to think about a solution or a template or a prototype that can help you solve the problem. Okay, in that case, you are using the codex to create a complete version of the the Python code, and as a result, and after that, you're going to import the Python code into the code space, and then you are going to run the code. Okay, so for example, just for now, just bear with me, follow the steps so that we can we are going to run your first app ever. Okay, so after you implement this app.py file into the code space, it will show up here. This will be the Python code. Okay. So the next step we do is, it will, of course, pop up. Do you want to install the recommended Python extension from Microsoft for the Python language? In this case, yes, we do. Usually, if this is the first time you use the code space, they are going to ask you, do you want to install this function? Do you want to install that function? So usually, we are going to install most of the function in this case, okay? So as we can see, currently this is being installed. So, this is the first, if this is the first time you use it, usually there will be some notifications like this, okay? And if we go to the lecture slides, then basically, the steps we should follow is something like this. Okay, so this is in the code space terminal. We can run something like this. Okay. Now this is already detected. So for now I don't want to change anything. So this is the starter commands that we are going to run in the terminal. Okay. So let me go really quick. For example, let's try to do this together. So for example, let's create this virtual environment first. We copy and paste the first line and paste this first line here. So this will be the first terminal command you're going to run. Okay. then you click on enter, you will see the terminal is running. So we are trying to create a virtual environment in this case, okay? So this is something we can do. And the next step, the second line, this is after creating the virtual environment, we are going to activate the virtual environment. As a result, what we can see is this part, right? So now it's it's under the virtual environment of mine. So this is a development environment. Okay, this is something we are going to do. So next, for example, we are going to do the pip install for many of the packages that we are going to use in this case. For example, to be more specific, in this case, let's pip install Flask, which is the software here or the package here. Okay, let's install the pip install Flask. So basically, this is the next step we are going to do. So we click on enter, and we are going to say create the Python packages. So we are creating the environment. Now we see, how the installation collected the package, is successful. So we have the Flask already installed, right? Then in this case, we are going to, quickly use the virtual environment to run the code, okay? I think there's something wrong with my side. I think it's okay, yeah. And after this, basically we can quickly run, okay? So Python app.py, okay? So if you successfully run everything until this, then the next step, you just open the browser. And as a result, this is for example, the prototype you're going to see. This is the first website you're going to create in this case, okay? So as you can see, recently I just try to manage all my budget, all my spendings. So I asked I thought about the idea, and I thought about what kind of functions I hope the website should have, and I input all the instructions into the codex, and as a result, codex generated this kind of Python packages for me. Okay, this is already even if you have no programming background, it's totally okay. So as long as you have the ChatGPT, as long as you have the access to codex, you can generate this kind of Python code quite easily, as long as you think about what we want to do. Okay. Then after this, they generate the code. I copy and paste all the code here, and then I just run the the Python file. As a result, this is my product. Okay, let's first play around with my the prototype. Let's say my starting balance in my account is $1,000. So this is how much I have. Okay, then for example, yesterday I spent $18 at the Cal Poly Pomona Dining. So this is Cal Poly Pomona Dining, at the center point. So this is, how much money I spent yesterday, okay? Then I save the purchases. As you can see, now we are using the SQL, we are using the database to store all my, previous purchases, right? And also, for example, today I spent $20 on grocery shopping at Costco, okay? And also I save the purchases, you can keep track of all your, spendings in this case, right? And eventually, I also create this kind of generative AI or OpenAI API. So basically, this is like the ChatGPT. So I can ask the ChatGPT to do some analysis for me. For example, please analyze my spendings by month, or analyze my give me some recommendations or suggestions how I should save money. So I can ask something as we do for with the ChatGPT, right? So basically, I'm going to show you how to do this later. But for example, this is something additional functions that I hope to have, and eventually I can build. Okay. So as a result, we can see the total spend in this case is this much, and this is the current balance. This is how much money I still have remaining. Okay. So this is a quick demo to show you how to register for the GitHub, how to create the first code space, and also after you generate all the code from the Codex or ChatGPT or any generative AI tools you want, how you can convert all the result into an application or a website. Okay. Basically, for the AI hackathon, what we are going to do is we are going to think about the business problems. We're going to think about the solutions, and based on your thinking, based on your design, you are going to think about a solution or a product or a website or an app. in order to solve this kind of problem. So eventually, this could be your final product, or this could be how your final product looks like. Okay, this is only a prototype, and eventually you're going to share these URLs to other people for other people's review. Okay. You can use this to create your own personal websites in the future, or you can use this to generate a prototype to show to your manager, for example, when you have some problems, how you can solve these problems. Okay, so this is a really quick demo. Let me stop here for now. Do we have any questions, or do we have any like difficulty when you try to install the packages?
Yeah, questions. Oh, I want to know what's the inside in the files app.py, because you just import this file to produce a final product. Confused what's inside, Yeah,
of course. So inside of this app.py, as I mentioned, okay, basically what I'm trying to do, what we are going to do for the AI hackathon or any of or similar projects will be as follows. For example, using the ChatGPT or using the the codex, this is basically what we are going to do. So I'm going to explain this in more details next time, but this time I will briefly mention this. So for example, when you have a business question, when you have a problem, we need to think about what kind of solution we should have, right? For example, when it comes to a parking lot, assignment or allocation problem, we need to think about, how we can get the real-time data, how we should design the allocation, how we should optimize the routes, how we should optimize the parking spaces, right? So as a result, you need to think about, what kind of solution you can provide. In this case, for example, this is the prompt or the question I've been using for the this financial this financial tracker. So basically, as you can see, I just give them give the ChatGPT some really general instructions. For example, this is a personal financial management app. As a user, I want to input my purchases and track all my balances and all the the requests that I can imagine, right? So basically, these are simple requests without any technical background. And as a result, as long as you say, please create, the data in Python, store the data in the SQL, as a result, it will generate this app.py file, okay? So this file will be automatically generated for you, okay? So within the app.py file, this is how we can, this is the underlying Python code to actually build this kind of website, okay? So for example, it has some components, for example, how to use the, the OpenAI resource. I believe it's somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah. For example, ask OpenAI, right? This is the part for, for this function. In this case, you can ask the question directly to the ChatGPT, and you can get the result. Okay, this is the OpenAI API. Okay. So, this is, of course, you don't need to write all the code line by line. That's what we have for the future. That's the main purpose for this AI hackathon. We hope you can learn these kind of techniques, and rather than just coming up with the business ideas, you can actually convert any of your idea into a final product, right? This is really more, actionable. This is more, important to learn in the future. So other than the ideas, you can actually create the product, or you can convert your idea into a final solution. Okay, this is basically the idea. So within the Python file or the app.py file, we have a lot of components. Like this is how the website should look like. This is the HTML, format. This is how the the website should look like. Okay, this is really I mean, this is not easy to read, but the good thing is you don't need to read line by line. If there's any error, you're going to see how to fix all the errors using the AI tools. Okay, so basically this is easy. For example, how I can improve the website by looking more professional. Okay, you can ask all kinds of questions like this, and as a result, they're going to generate some solutions for you. They're going to make some changes to the code automatically. Okay, so this is something you don't need to worry too much. But as a result, the main idea, the main takeaway is you can use the code space or ChatGPT or Codex to generate or create these kind of solutions for your challenges. Okay, this is the main idea.
So my understanding is first use in using the person file to produce the my requirement, right? My requirement using the person file to build the app.py file, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So basically, for example, you can use the ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, you can use Codex. So basically, you can use any tools to start building this this kind of app, or creating or generating this kind of Python codes. Okay. So basically, this is something we hope you understand, or we hope to remember in the future. So actually, Dr. Yufan Lin has a question. So can we use the Capillary Pomona GPT IDEO for the process, or does the user need to pay for? Okay, so I mean, that's a good question. So I think from my understanding, so let me quickly show this. The thing is, for the Codex web page version, I believe as a Capillary Pomona account, we cannot directly use it. So this is to say, for the Codex web, I don't believe we can directly use the Codex web. So, but instead, you can always download the Codex. For example, you can say download Codex for Mac. So you can download the Codex. For example, this is the Codex application on my MacBook. So I believe in this. I mean, using the app or using the the installed app application, we are able to use the Capillary Pomona GPT IDEO for the process. Yeah, this is my understanding. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
So except use the Python file, others for file format also use for the import.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I mean, only the Python file you can import this. Can be imported.
Only the Python file? Yeah, yes. I mean, this is only a quick prototype demonstration. So I just, everything I need is a Python file. But of course, in the future, when you actually, try to solve the AI hackathon challenge, maybe you need more than just one Python file. Maybe you need some more databases. You need more, like the CSV files, or you may need the Python file, or you may need some or more interactive like Jupyter Notebook, app files. So we're going to talk about all these options later. Yeah, but this is only to show you how you can quickly generate something like this. Yeah. Yes. So also, yeah, thanks so much for another question from Dr. Yifan Lin. So for Codex, I believe if we are only try to demonstrate briefly for the for the port, I don't believe we have to pay for the app hosting. But of course, for the free version, there will be limitations for the app hosting. Yeah. So currently this is private, but for example, let me redo this again. So let me quit the process. And let me rerun the code again. Okay, so Python app.py. So app.py. As we can see, the pop-up interface here is saying I can directly open it in the browser, which will be the result of this one. But in this case, if you directly open in browser, this will be a private link, which means if I copy and paste this URL, you cannot open it. Okay, or you have to log into my account to see what is going on. But of course, I have the option to make it public. So if I make it public, then what we can see is we go to the ports, we click on this globe under the forwarded browser, then this will be a open, this will be a web page that if I share this web page with you, you're going to see the the web page as well. Yeah, but of course there will be limitations for the app hosting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any questions?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Mhm.
I am wondering how much of this AI hackathon will like the load it will be upon like my chat GPT, because I use the basic tier, and the tokens are limited per day.
I see. I believe as a if you register or if you use the Calpoli Pomona education email account, you should be able to use more general version. I think the CSU system we already pay for the educational account. Yeah. So I mean in this case, eventually how much token you're going to use depends on how complicated or how sophisticated or how thorough your final app looks like. Okay. I mean, eventually, we are just trying to solve some business questions. We're just trying to solve some business problems, some business challenges. Either it can come from our sponsor, or it can be a really general topic, right? So in this case, you need to think about a specific business question you have, or an individual experience you have, and you are thinking you have the idea that how you can potentially solve the problems. Okay. So, for example, in this case, you can even create, uh, let's say, the parking lot reservation system for the entire CSU system, or at least the Calpoli Pomona system. Okay, you can create this kind of reservation system. You can create some other solutions for other how to, for example, manage all the course loads. How to arrange all the the classrooms. You can think about all kinds of questions from your daily life. And also, of course, you can think about the business challenge raised by the the sponsors. Okay, so basically, you just think about how you may actually solve these kind of questions, and basically, you are going to use the vibe coding to not only present your idea, but also present this kind of prototype or this kind of production or products to the stakeholders. For example, you can show them if you want to manage your personal finance, then this might be the best way. So what else do you want? What else do you need? Then I can also insert, or I can also additionally design all the functions in this website, right? So basically, this is your product. This is your intellectual property. Okay. So this is a quick demonstration for today. So starting from next session, we're going to go into more details, like how we should, rigorously conduct vibe coding. What do we mean by prompt engineering? How can we, provide more structured, prompts, and how we can evaluate whether the final product is good or not, and what kind of options do we have? For example, how we can also implement this kind of chatbot. Okay, so the technical training, we're going to end until the the chatbot. So we're going to introduce how we can implement this kind of chatbot in our websites or in our app. But of course, I hope some of you can also experiment the AI agent. That will be another good solutions for many of the problems. Okay, so of course you can have a try, and I will be happy to help. Okay, so that's the quick demonstration part. So let's quickly go back for the technical training or the technical part. Basically, what we are trying to do is using the vibe coding with the Python Flask kind of combination to convert your business idea or business solution to a final product, to a prototype. Okay, this is previously, if it's 3 years ago or 5 years ago, this will be extremely difficult because you have to be an expert in Python. You have to be an expert in the UI UX, user interface design. You have to be an expert in the database management. You have to be an expert in a lot of stuff, or you have to hire someone else to work for you. But nowadays, with the help of the vibe coding, at least you can create some prototypes. At least you can visualize what you have in mind. This will be much better for the presentation purpose. Okay. So for today, we just basically cover some of the technical installation or registration. Especially, it is important to use the GitHub and also the GitHub code spaces. Okay, these are the two these are the two tools we are going to use, and also the codecs. and also or you can use ChatGPT. Okay. So yeah. I mean, of course, if you don't have the computer right now, the recording will be available, on Canvas, so you can refer to all the steps and also the documentation to see how you can create a GitHub repo, how you can launch a code space, and also how you can run the Flask, app in the code spaces, and also how to get a shareable URL from the port forwarding. Okay. As a result, basically, this is the structure, or this is the framework to show you how you can convert your idea into a final product. Okay. For this year's AI hackathon, we are not only focusing on the ideas. The ideas is not good enough anymore, because nowadays everyone have some ideas, but eventually it will make a huge difference if you can convert your idea into an actual business product or a business solution. Okay, this is more important to learn. And of course, we are going next time. Next time we're going to use the Codex as a coding partner. So we're going to learn how we can generate some code, and also how to debug and how to solve many of the problems. Okay, so this is something important to learn. So first of all, just remember, keep in mind, it's really important to have the GitHub. It's really important to know how to use the code space. It's really important to learn how to run the Flask app, and also how to convert into a public URL. Basically, this is the what we show today, from the beginning all the way to the end. Okay, so basically this is what we try to demonstrate today. And of course, this is the a quick introduction for the financial tracker. This is the prototype I usually use for the demonstration purpose. Okay, but first, of course, eventually, the architecture at a glance is basically in this case, I need to think about all kinds of different perspectives. I need to think about how the browser look like, how the HTML UI user interface looks like, how I can embed the OpenAI function, how I can store all the data as a SQL database, so how I can utilize the Flask. Okay, so of course everything is embedded, so you don't need to learn each individual part by its own. But eventually, if you separate all the tasks, so for example, Tina mentioned the question, so what is inside the app.py file? Then basically all the inputs. So the entire app.py file consists of all the components for each part. Okay, this is basically what we have within the app.py file. And this is how to run the codex. So this is how to run the code space, how to run the app.py file, and how to convert it into a URL or a web page. Okay, so this is basically the steps we did today. So I hope you learn something. This is the structure we're going to use for the AI hackathon. I promise you, this is really easy, right? So we just finish everything just with around 20 minutes, right? So this is really easy to do. Okay, so basically how to talk to Codex, as this will be a brief introduction for next week. For our next session on Thursday. So in this case, when we write the prompt to generate this kind of Python code, we have to be really specific on what is our final goal, what is the user story, or what is the function we hope to have, what are the files involved. For example, do we have original data file? Do we have some original pictures? Do we have some original databases, right? So these are the files involved. What are the constraints? For example, what do you want to have, or what you want to limit the function to be, okay? And also, what is the output format? So for example, you can ask the Codex to generate a really specific steps, how to implement everything exactly using the code spaces, right? So for example, you can generate all the detailed steps like this, okay? So this is something you're going to see later. And of course, it's not the end of the story. After generating this kind of final product or prototype, you are going to learn how to validate the result. So this is also something we're going to learn in the third session. Okay. Okay. So the next session we are going to learn how we can actually generate a project or a reasonable project using the Codex starter prompt, okay? Then we are going to learn how we can implement the SQL helpers and also schema, how to build the Flask routes, and also template UI, and also how to add deployment-ready settings for the code spaces sharing, okay? So these are the more specific details I hope you can learn from next session. But basically, the main idea is, I hope by, by next session on Thursday, I hope you already have the GitHub account. I hope you already have the code spaces ready. I hope you can already able to run this app.py file, and you can already get this web page, on your own. Okay. Then we're going to go into details on more, specific technical perspectives. Okay. So any questions so far? Do you have any questions?
For all the guide and the instructions how to build these files, where you put those files to the folder?
Yeah, so good. That's a really good question. So for all the future, for all the current and also future files, I will put it on Canvas. Okay, on Canvas we have this technical training set module. So we have all the lecture slides. We have all the the guide for the installation or registration. We have all the troubleshooting websites. Okay, materials. So basically this is these are the this is where you can find all the materials. Okay, very good. Sarah, so this is a group assignment, or are we not? Yeah, very good. So okay, to answer this question, one of the reason I select the code spaces is because since all the code spaces, we can run everything on the GitHub. Using the GitHub, we can actually share all the code. We can share all the resources with other people quite easily. Okay, this is the reason why we are using the code space and also the GitHub. This will be more efficient if you are working as a group assignment. Okay, so which means you are going to. So this is also something I'm going to introduce in the future. So how you can share the GitHub link or the GitHub resource or the code spaces to other people in your team so that you can work together. Okay, that's a really good point. So I'm going to introduce that part later. Yeah, very good. Any other questions? If you want to create this kind of final product, then basically there will be a lot of different ways. For example, you can use the VS Code, you can use terminal, you can use a lot of different methods. But the reason why I select this code space is because it's really easy to share to other people. Okay, because eventually this is on the GitHub. Okay, very good. Yeah. You should be able to have the access to the canvas. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, any questions or sorry? Any other questions? Okay. If not, feel free to leave. But if you have any questions, feel free to stay. I'll be here until 1 p.m. Just in case you have any questions. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Professor Guzman, I have a question for you. If
Yes, sure. Yes. And I think we can stop the recording, right? Yes, go ahead, Sierra.